Alright, welcome back. This Kevin Samuels video I came across definitely stood out. Let's react.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
Hi, God bless you. I'm Touche.
Nice to.
I'm almost 30 next month. So
Okay, can you hold the camera steady though?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What's the smoke show?
I want to say that you're right about what you're saying, especially when it comes to women. I've been a single mom for like 3.5 years since me and my kid's father separated, and I felt like the time that I was with him, I was kind of scared of commitment because mostly in my 20s, I was trying to be like a housewife and all of these things and take care of him while at the same time deal with my children. So now it's like I've been in the single world for like 3.5 years, and I kind of been liking it because I got more in tune with like getting a new career. And
You like being single?
no, I'm saying I like me being independent, like because I was in a relationship for a long time, so I kind of like that freedom. But do I miss the companionship? Yes.
What do you? I mean, no offense, ma'am. How old are you?
29. I'll be 30 October 10th.
How many children?
2, 7, and 5.
Okay, so you said you like the independence.
I said I did because I
Mhm.
felt most of my 20s I was always in a relationship. So me not being the one, I feel like I got to learn more about myself. But I do want a companion one day, someone that my kids can look up to as well.
Okay, but I'm curious as to why so many of our women feel like relationships is prison.
I could say I felt like I'm sorry for moving. I'm trying to sit down. I felt like mine was a prison in a way because I felt like I was still getting to know myself while still trying to be a mom.
What do you mean getting to know yourself?
So I like knowing what I like, knowing what I think, um, that type of thing. And the
Man,
relationship wasn't that
man,
good.
what what age did you what age did you have your first child?
21.
You're a legal adult at that point, man. I mean, it's like here's the issue I have. So many of our women talk about getting to know themselves. That's bullshit. You know who you are. You're just an older version of what you were at 14. The relationships that really matter is the ones where you grow together. You ever own a leather jacket or a leather anything leather?
Yes.
Have you ever owned a leather jacket? Like a jacket or anything?
Yes. Yes. Harley Davidson
When
leather.
you
Yes, I have.
all right. The jacket when you buy it brand new is stiff. It's new, but it really gets value after you've worn it and you break it in. You got to break leather in, right?
Yes.
That's what relationships are. So many of our women want to get to know themselves. To what end? Why do you? I don't understand what you're getting to know. You know that you like ice cream. You know that your favorite team is the Cowboys. What are you getting to know about yourself as an adult that you did not know as a teen?
I would have to say, far as me being strong, me being a mother, I wasn't a teen mother. A lot of my
Mhm.
friends were, so me being a mother, me trying to be the perfect, not the perfect, but want to be a future wife of his at the time or certain things. I got to, learn more about what I don't want now. But I felt like with him, I did grow. I did,
With
you
him, your
know,
child's father.
my children's father, yes, their
Okay.
dad. I
Okay.
felt like I did grow in the duration of time we worked together, so now I know what I don't want and what I do want now,
Mm,
moving
mm.
forward.
Okay. So two questions. One,
Yes.
did he want to marry you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. So then I'll move that to the side. I don't know why women have children for men who don't want to marry them. But number one, number two, more importantly, why is what you want so important when you have children?
That is correct. It's important to me because I want them, they already see me be a strong woman and they already see me overcome certain things. So I want them to be able to have respect me because I already showed them that myself. You know what I'm saying? They see that with
No,
me every
no,
day.
no, no, young lady, no, no, young lady. What you're doing is you're trying to turn struggle and dysfunction into an asset. You're saying your children saw this. How about this? Let me go ahead and put on my Thanos glove. How about this? How about at 21 years old, you actually had a man that was worth being with for a lifetime, who wanted to marry you and be a husband and a father? How about you had a healthy, functioning, committed, emotionally profound relationship to where you had somebody who was willing to do their part, you're willing to do your part, and your children saw that.
They did, but it
No,
got
no,
abusive to
no,
what.
no, 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 ma'am. See, that's the thing. It doesn't. No, see, the way you tell, the way the story you have, it always ends up bad. The way the story I'm talking about is it starts off right and it gets better.
Okay.
I'm tired of black people trying to turn shit into a birthday cake and acting like it's a good thing. You are not meant to be a woman out here with children by yourself. That's just not how the world is set up. Did you go to college?
No, I'm an esthetician.
Okay. Do you make over $130,000 a year?
No, but I will soon.
No. What's it? Will
No.
soon, really. Now this is where I started to get harsh. What city do you live in?
Hold on. No, you going in and out. I'm sorry.
What city do you live in?
Washington D.C.
Okay, ma'am, with two children, as an esthetician, let's be honest, you're living a middle class life.
Yes.
You're not going to have $2.9 million to retire on at age 65. You're not. That's how much you're going to need to live
You
between the ages 65 and
sure?
85. Anywhere. Yes, ma'am, I'm sure estheticians don't become millionaires. If think about what you're saying, if estheticians were okay, listen. See, this is what I mean. We get to
May
this
I add
point.
something?
Well, after I finish, you can survive. That's not thriving. That's not. We got to stop saying being a single woman with a job with kids is okay. When those kids are eating and they're protected, but they're not being set up for success.
I would have to say that that is not true because there are a lot of black women estheticians
I'm
who
talking to
started on
you.
just like me.
I
Right.
don't know, ma'am.
Let's
I'm
talk.
talking about you.
Okay.
Black
Let's
women,
talk about me.
stop, ma'am. Stop, ma'am. Less than 9% of black women earn over $75,000. Stop the cap. You all, it's no different than when I hear black men who are barbers who think they're going to be millionaires. Ma'am, being an esthetician, if an esthetician was the path to riches, all women would be estheticians because it's easy. It's easier to be an esthetician than an attorney. This is what
It's
we
not.
need. Okay, we have to stop this. We have to stop this. It can be, ma'am, it can be, but it won't be. The average esthetician is not rich. You're middle class with two kids living in DC. That's what it is. That's what it is. You're not living high on the hog. I mean, you can't. Your smoke detector, beep beep. You so rich, go get somebody to change that damn smoke detector. Single woman Q. See, my point is, we tell women that yeah, it's okay to be strong and independent when you got a job and two kids and you own. Do you own a home? You're renting.
I'm renting.
Okay, nothing wrong with renting, but ma'am,
Yes.
when your do when your kids are when your last child turns 18, that'll be 13 years from now. You will be 40 years old. You got 25 years between that and that. Oh, yeah, he petty. Look at what's going on. I tell you guys, this is what we gotta stop this. We gotta stop. Um, We got to stop this whole notion of everybody. Look at this shit. Look at what these women are saying. He's breaking their confidence. You out of your fucking mind. I tell you what, you breaking their confidence, right? Get on the show. Get on the show, because I'm tired of you women talking about you're breaking their confidence. This is a woman thinking, talking about she's going to have $2.9 million, $1.5 to $2.9 million to retire on as an esthetician. Y'all are some dumbasses. Girl, don't let him kill your dreams. Get off my channel. If you guys want to continue to tell women, get out there and be a esthetician, a hairstylist, as a single mother with kids. Show me the women who are retiring well. Think about, listen to what these women are saying. You're killing her confidence. You're breaking the delusion, because she didn't even understand what I was talking about. And you women are horrible. You women, single ladies, I want you to understand that everybody, the women who are saying, don't let him kill your dreams, are your enemy. They are not on your side, because they know that the math is there. They know that there's not going to be any money to retire on. You got to live on what you make. They know it. And they want to see you out here struggling so their struggle can be justified. I'm not going to sit here and tell folks to be out here, oh, yeah, that's okay. Be out here as a single mother, living middle class. That's okay. Why y'all keep tagging that woman in there? And it's not now, no. Confidence, that's the thing. Y'all think because you're confident that could overcome math. Confidence doesn't overcome math, people. All right, let's get into the next thing. Let's get into the next thing. Let me also say this. Let me go ahead. Why do so many women today care so much about having your feelings? You're breaking her confidence. Confidence in what? In savings, investment, and retirement? Y'all are more concerned that people feel good than that they do good. Is this what y'all really want to see? Do y'all really want to see women out here by themselves with kids? And if you was raised in a single parent household, you know that there's something missing. Is this what y'all really want to see? Because the women are the ones that sit back saying, oh, girl, don't let it break your confidence.
You've got a 29-year-old woman with 2 kids. She says she enjoys short relationships because they give her freedom, excitement, and the chance to experience different lifestyles and different men without feeling tied down. Now this is where things get real, because freedom and stability often pull in different directions. First, the lifestyle. Short-term relationships can feel exciting. New experiences, new energy, no long-term pressure. For some people, that feels liberating. Second, the pattern. But when relationships stay temporary over and over again, it becomes harder to build consistency, trust, and long-term structure, especially when children are involved. And this is where Kevin Samuels would push, because what feels good in the moment isn't always what builds a stable future. Third, the long-term impact. If the focus stays on chasing new experiences instead of building something lasting, eventually the question becomes, what kind of life is being created long-term? Not just for her, but for the children watching the pattern.